back to my discovery days. I wanted to kind of thank people first of all for the support I've had in the last few months there with my videos. Thank you for subscribing, liking and commenting on the videos. It really makes a difference to me. It means I can kind of get involved with it and learn more, and you can learn more, and it's an interactive process. So again, thank you for that. Anyway, this morning we're going to talk about the equipment you need to make sourdough bread, and you don't need very much there. This is an introduction, like kind of what you do need, what's nice to have, and what's a bit of a luxury really. So first of all, start off with, I think this is a great thing to have really, is a plastic container like this. This is for mixing your flour and water in to make a dough. It's got a lid on it. Mix everything in here. You can autolize in here. You can do your stretches and folding in here. You can put the lid on, put it to one side. You can take it with you into your office with you. You can move it around the house with you, so it's with you, and it makes the process much easier. Also, it's got a lid on it, which is like, we've got 2 cats, so that means for us, we're not going to worry about the cats being too inquisitive on there. The lid goes on, and it goes wherever we want to in the kitchen. Also, if you've got a warmer spot to put it, you can find somewhere warm to put it in the house. So again, really useful thing to have. What I'll do at the end of this, I'll put some links into where I got these from, so you'll know where they came from if you want to get the same. So this is highly recommended for me, made a massive difference. And it means I don't have to kind of mess around in the kitchen. This is what I use for bread. I don't use a mixer because that's just more time, more setting up, washing, putting away again. I wouldn't advise having a mixer if you're making bread at home. You don't need to really. This is far quicker and more convenient. So there you go, that's the mixing bowl. Next thing, you're going to want some kind of a proving basket. So I've got a whole selection of proving baskets here, which I use. Different shapes. It means it kind of keeps it interesting. You can play around with different size loaves. Different shapes, like longer ones, nice round ones, farmhouse ones. And with that as well, you get a nice little cover. So when you have put this in here, you can put it in the fridge with the cover on, nicely covered up there. So that's really great to have with it as well. So that these generally come with a cover as well. So that's, and also I'll put links into these at the bottom of the video. So that's really great to have as well. Next thing really is something that you probably wouldn't use very often apart from sourdough bread baking, and that's alarm. And this is for skewing your bread. So they've got razor blades in, so you need some spare razor blades, and you put them in, they fix in here with 2 screws. You can skew your bread. Every now and again you've got to change this or turn it around. So the thing with these is to be careful. Put this somewhere very safe in your kitchen, and always put the cover on. Obviously keep it away from children. Safe place in the kitchen, you know where it is, put it there. Okay, that's great for that. Anyway, really good. It means you're going to get a really nice clean slash in your bread, and it's going to help it to rise up through there. If you use a sharp knife, it's going to kind of just tear the bread, and you won't really get such a good clean rise from there. So that's for that. Next thing, of course, is scales of some kind. Like, I think small digital scales are great. You know, they're really easy to use. They're small. They're really accurate, which means you can really kind of repeat your bread recipe. And so, yeah, get yourself a little set of scales, digital scales. Fantastic to use. The other thing I use quite a lot, really, is a timer. It means that in between processes, I can set the timer with the alarm on, and I can go away, put this by the side of me. If I'm in the office working, this sits by the side of me, and the alarm goes, I know then it's the next stage of the process to go through with the bread. So, I mean, you could use a watch, but I like this because it's really loud as well. Worst thing is like missing something when your bread's in the oven and you're doing something else. So, highly recommended to have a really good timer. Jars. You'll find you need a lot of jars, because when you start making sourdough, friends say, oh, can you give me some starter? You know, so you end up kind of making some starter for them, and you'll need it for yourself as well. This is one here I've got on the go at the moment, nice bubbly one, and I've got a larger one here for making your starters. So, you know, when you finish your jam and what have you, or your honey, clean your jars, keep them, because you'll need them. Elastic band's also really handy to mark off where your starter started and where it's risen to. So fantastic to have. And really, well, after that, I guess we kind of get into the nice to haves now for bread making. So when you're dusting your loaf to put in the balance on, again, rice flour in here, and you can shake it on there. So nice and clean to use. you get a nice thin layer of rice flour on your bread or your batter. So that's really good to have. And it's nice to have. Next thing really is what I found really useful as well. I've made my bread is paper bags to put them into. So when you're storing, I think bread stores probably best in paper bags. So here you go, put one here. Got a big pack of them, they last for ages. So here's a loaf I've got here at the moment. So I just fold it up on here and put it on the bench. And it means it keeps pretty fresh that way. It's the best way I've found to store bread. Also, it means if you're making bread for friends, you can put it in here and give them a beautiful loaf of bread in a nice clean bag. So it's nice to have, but not essential. And the other thing here really is nice to have and not essential is one of these little cloche things on here. So it means that you can go through and actually, when you finished your bread, you can put it on the wire rack, put this on there, and it means you keep any dust off of there. Also, we've got 2 cats, so it keeps the cats from being inquisitive what's on the bread. So also, if it's summertime, the window's open, it stops any flies and stuff going to your bread there. So cloche like this, these cost next to nothing on Amazon. So get a set of 3 of these, really useful things to have. Highly recommended on there. So that one thing I'll go on to next, which I guess really is, this is the luxury piece of kit, you know, and there are other ways of doing this, and that is the Challenger bread pan. So this is an expensive investment, and you could use a casserole dish upside down. You could find kind of Le Creuset dishes to use. You could just use, I guess, your oven with ice cubes of water to get some steam going in there. So if you find you're really into your bread making, you know, this is an item to save up for, or special gift from somebody. You're going to use it a lot, really. Once you've used it once, you won't stop using it. So, because it repeats the process over and over again. It stores the heat in here. It means that when you put your loaf inside, you put the ice cubes in, you put the lid on, you've got the radiant heat from around here, and also it means the steam stays in here for the first 20 minutes of baking in the oven. You're going to get that steam in here, so it stops the top of the bread from crusting over, so it will kind of rise up, which you'll see in my other videos. So things to be aware of on here really is these are heavy. They also get very hot. You preheat them in the oven, so you got to take some kind of precautions with that. So a really good wooden mat, wooden board on here to use. Some really good gloves, really not proper insulated gloves there, so you can pick this up from the oven. You're not going to burn your hands. You're protecting yourself here. So these are highly recommended for anybody using the Challenger bread oven. This is kind of replicating what would have been an old style baker's oven, where you had high radiant heat from all around, from kind of wood ovens. So you've got to look after it every now and again. I kind of give it a little bit of, I clean it off and give it a bit of an oil, because it is cast iron. Again, I'll leave links behind, well, sorry, on the bottom of the video here to show you where to buy it from. But again, not cheap, but beautiful and a lovely gift to have if you're really into your bread making. So that's it really there. That's really a quick rundown of what I use. So I'll just show you quickly now as well. I've got a loaf of bread on the go here. So this is, I've got 2 of these so I can play around with different mixes. So again, this is, if you are going to use this, it means everything you can do the mixing in here, it's just fantastic, you know. It means that you can do your stretch and folds in here if you want to, you know, and move it around. So sometimes if I'm seeing friends for coffee at their house, I'll actually put this in the car and take it with me, and I can go into their kitchen, wash my hands and do a stretch and fold with the dough while I'm there. It's become ingrained now in my life to kind of make sourdough bread, and you know, you find ways to keep on making it even when you're really busy. I made a video recently on 8 minutes sourdough, which means that's 8 minutes of hands-on time. So to help you make that bread in 8 minutes hands-on time, this really is invaluable. If you were using a mixer, getting out, setting it up, using it, cleaning it, putting it away, there's no way you do it in 8 minutes. You know, this really is an efficient way of making bread at home. You can probably actually do 2 in here. I've done 2 before, 2 loaves. This is the thing to get. And really that's it. But I really like to hear back from you guys and see if there's anything else that you use that you think is really essential that's helped you making sourdough, because we're all learning from each other. This is a process I've developed over the years to make it easy for me and get repeatable results. But I know there's lots of other techniques out there and equipment that you can use. But I think keeping it simple at first is great, you know. Get what you need, the essentials, get going, get some experience, and then you're away. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe. Please like the channel. Any comments, love to hear from you. And that's it. So enjoy your day and enjoy your sourdough baking. Thank you.